One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four.
Is this thing called jazz?
E-Gaming Bets. We accept bets on computer games online since 2011. Referral system for regular users and the first deposit bonus. Gaming devices store and the best choice of payment systems. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, Counter-Strike and StarCraft, World of Tanks and League of Legends. EGB.com. You know for sure who's going to win.
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!
Leave me alone.
Welcome back, everybody! We are here now with game number 2 between Team Bad English and London Conspiracy. London Conspiracy pretty handedly taking game 1, but who knows? It's a new draft. It's a new game.
New
Or
draft.
is it a new draft?
It's very similar to game number 1. Just switch sides, really. I mean, LC still get their Undying. Tiny has swapped sides. Team Bad English get the Wisp this time, though. And Bane, a hero that is so consistently banned out in the second phase, you know, he's being picked up here by LC. I can't believe we're seeing Viper first pick, though, honestly. What a disgusting hero. And I guess TBE, they need to win lanes. They need to really offset the fact that LC kind of outskilled and outmaneuvered them for the entirety of game number 1. They still go with their Spirit Breaker, so good way to get themselves across the map and help the Viper out in the early stages there. But the bans. 2 defensive supports for LC, both taken out, and they know as soon as the Viper's picked up along with a Wisp, if you go with another defensive support, you can really ramp up that damage and push us into the tier 1s pretty quickly, actually, in the game. And what do you think, Cap?
I think everything you said was directly on point. Honestly, it was amazing analysis. I have nothing to add to it.
I just read hero names. So yeah.
That's a lie, because none of these hero names are long enough for you to take that long.
I can speak
Anyway.
incredibly slowly. I can just draw things out without sounding completely stupid.
I don't know about that last part. I'll stop you right there. Stop you right there.
I added that in for comedic effect.
Oh,
Oh, it's a gyro again.
we'll get a little game sounds in here. Sorry, everybody. The reason Durka was asking me for my analysis is because I was away taking care of a technical issue.
Radiant team ban.
Technical issue involved something about rear burrows. Who was here at the studio?
Ooh.
That's right. Defense on Saturday, everybody.
10
I know there's
seconds
not many of you
remaining.
here, but you know, if you could watch the defense,
5
that'd be good.
seconds remaining.
The Dark's here now for Team Bad English. They're going to be running a dual lane Spirit Breaker. Dark's here
Reserve time.
against Gyrocopter.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, I guess with a Tiny,
Dire
you
team
kind of
ban.
need support in your mid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that guarantees that Darkseer Spirit Breaker can win their lane because they won't be facing up against a tri-lane.
I'm actually wondering if they don't put Tiny mid. They go for some kind of dual lane
10
setup
seconds
and just,
remaining.
I don't know, pick a Wind Ranger or something, because even with the Bane there,
5
Tiny's not going to do well
seconds
against
remaining.
Viper, right?
Agreed. If they did a Bane Tiny top or something like that,
Yeah.
and then
Reserve
Undying
time.
Gyro against the Spirit Breaker Darkseer, I don't think that would be too bad. Undying would be a pretty good responder when Spirit Breaker Darkseer try and get aggressive, and then the Gyrocopter just free farm in the meantime.
We've seen plenty of offlane Tinies, definitely.
And then the Bane Tiny would be going up against Wisp something. Wisp Chaos Knight. Wisp Ember Spirit.
It's actually a difficult ban for TBE. Because naturally you'd look at this and think, okay, offlaner, we banned that. But Undying can be offlaner, like we've mentioned, the Tiny could go up there. I think the soundest ban is to go for something like the Wind Ranger. Okay.
Radiant
Take out the
team
Night Stalker, a hero who honestly is pretty good against the Wisp, but up against Viper, Spirit Breaker, Darkseer. He could get kited pretty heavily, I'm not sure about that. Maybe it's just the vision aspect as we get later into the game.
It's pretty good versus Wisp, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Lena.
Not sure what else. Lena it is, so I
Dire
believe...
team
Well, maybe we didn't call it, because that could be a support Lena next to the Bane and an Ursa Warrior! Up against a Gyrocopter and Tiny. Ursa can tear both of those heroes a new one if he doesn't get kited.
So Wisp.
But
there
that's
we go.
But that's problematic, right? Because, I mean, Ursa, the Wisp certainly helps out a lot, but Gyrocopter's pretty fast and has some kiting mechanisms. You've got a Bane, you've got Tiny Toss, Undying.
He's very good against Tombstone, though. And Gyro, obviously. Like, Rocket Barrage cooldown do nothing when he's got that ultimate up and running. But Kefka taking the Tiny, it does look like we called it correctly. It's going to be Tiny off lane, maybe dual lane up on top, with Lena heading towards the mid.
Sounds good. Wait.
10 seconds remaining.
It's just that Viper pick is going to be so annoying for them to handle.
5 seconds remaining.
Oops.
Of course, we get
They definitely lose that Ursa lane. Tiny Bane? I don't think there's any way that Tiny Bane beats an Ursa. I don't think anyway.
You're constantly just trading mana and health to run away, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you can try and kill the Wisp, but you're just trading like a Wisp for a Bane, and then you're in a situation where it's 1v1 Tiny against the Ursa for a while.
Yeah, Tiny's no armor is just so bad versus Ursa.
Do you think they'll run that Spirit Breaker Darkseer dual lane? I don't see a reason not to, really.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to win that top lane against Tiny Bane, most likely. I mean, Bane's a really strong support hero in dual lane, so maybe Bane could actually be the factor that wins that lane for them.
Yeah.
But...
And then Lina against Viper?
Yeah. It seems like all the lanes are favorable to TBE, if not massively in their favor.
Yeah, I guess TBE need to win the lanes though. You know, they've got no comeback mechanism necessarily. No one who can really utilize stacked camps, farm jungle. As long as LC can keep tabs on that Roche pit, I think, you know, Ursa... If you're playing in pubs, you can go Roshan level 3 with a Morbid Mask, you know, ridiculous things like that, but... Around the 10-minute mark, I think Ursa could definitely go... honestly, they could go for a level 1 Roche play if they really, really wanted to.
Yeah, I suppose they could technically.
But they're not.
Nah.
Not worth the risk. Look, the line is drawn on the map. Baby Knight says, you know, guys, they could go for a level 1 Roche if they really, really wanted to.
So, an early TP out, an aggressive ward, and Biver positioning himself to check the pit just in case.
No, they're not in there. They do know about that Dire Observe ward, though. I saw the Darkseer head over in there. They know
Don't have any counters for it, though.
Oh, do they not?
Nope. No counters.
What a shame.
Yeah. Dual lane scenarios,
30
you know.
seconds to battle.
Both supports want to be able to get some items.
Gotta get the regen, gotta get the mangoes.
Mango, especially on Bane.
I wonder where you
So
put this
good.
Radiant Obs up on top, though. Like, do you want to block... Like, they're not going to be pulling up here. You don't leave the Ursa alone. Wisp is never really going to be stacking and pulling and stuff. So maybe it's just going to be Rune Control Ward for Kefka. He's heading up to the lane.
The battle begins.
And he's alone.
Ready to burn.
For now.
A solo off-lane Tiny.
I mean, Bane is blocking mid, so you could
he's
walk
just
up there.
blocking. I'm sure he's going to be heading top. Besides, it's probably for the best if you can get Tiny to get a fast level 2. Despite the blocking, the lane is in the favor of the Viper.
No, you don't.
But Baby Knight already getting a last hit and a deny. We'll see how the rest of this one plays out later on. Giga's going to be rotating around. Same goes with Solon on the Bane. Our bottom lane Pone does go for the early Soul Ring builds, anticipating that he should have the space to do so. That's going to be left entirely up to the denies on London Conspiracy, because they shouldn't really have a team that kills the Darkseer. That should be pretty much impossible.
Yeah, unless he massively screws up. I concern him a little bit with Flat Cannon, but it's not going to be easy at all for them. And then mid, Baby Knight's done a great job getting up into level 2. Level 3. I want to see whether he goes for the 2 points of Dragon Slave, which is great at shoving out these waves. Because he has gone for Fiery Soul at level 2, just to get the right-click attacks in onto the Viper and trade hits and trade regen pretty nicely. I don't think LSA is really going to do too much for you here.
Maybe. I mean, if he feels confident enough with the Viper, if your Viper's playing in your face though, I think maybe you consider LSA just for the combo, because then you get double the attack speed, right, from that Fiery Soul.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then you can actually beat him out in a 1v1 and really punish him for that kind of play.
But now you've
I
got
would say the more defensive play of Dragon Slave is a lot safer.
Yeah, now you've got level 2 Slave, you shove the wave and there's nothing for the Viper to do to counteract that, so he's pretty much permanently going to be last hit under tower, and you just reset equilibrium for Baby Knight.
Dinner.
Oh, there's a regen rune at top of the Viper. He traded hits and now he gets sent back up to full health. Oh, Baby Knight, what's on the courier? Bottle's coming. Okay, that's fine for him. But boots on the Viper is going to be really rough for this Lina now, especially if there's a charge or something from Giga.
He's not level 2 yet. And he's got an awkward position. It looks like he's going to stay mid in order to complete his level 2. That's probably a good idea. Top lane. Dying's coming in. They're going to be able to get the stun onto Zenigata. He woke up the Ursa, but that was the wrong play, as now he's going to be the first blood. Gedrox is going to try and chase down Kefka, toss him up in the air, back into the Undying and the Tombstone. They have the decay, and Kefka's getting some distance, trying to body block him up. Biver, beautiful play. Kefka's still going to die to the range creep, but maybe they can actually get the kill because of it. They can. Brain Sap, oh, a bash, and Biver is now pushed back. Maybe it's a turnaround. He does have a decay. Hoping to be able to catch the two of them, only gets the Wisp. Zenigata's low, and he desperately needs the help of the Bane, who's not around. Bane finally comes forward, but it's a bit too late. They're charging into the Tier 1 tower. Biver, he will not survive this, but neither will Zenigata. They get the two-man stun set up, and Giga, if he's body blocked enough here, maybe going down as well. Doesn't look like it. A turnaround bash from Giga, and the Ursa's going to join the fight now. So Kefka, he's got to back down. He does have a magic wand, but not enough for either one of those stuns. Still, though, the fight finally ends, and London Conspiracy seem to be the ones on top. At least they claimed the first blood and are 1 kill up.
The question is, how much farm from this triple wave can Kefka get? Because they've stacked up so many creeps here. But I was going to ask why Darkseer had gone back into the jungle. Because he hit level 2, and he was like, screw this, I'm going back to Fountain, then farmed a couple of jungle camps to get to level 3. But I don't know why.
I mean, if he had left the lane to Spearbreaker, it would have made sense to me, but Spearbreaker obviously wasn't there. He was top, so I'm not sure why. Doesn't make much sense. An Invis rune for the Wisp, certainly going to need that one in against this lane. We did see the strength of the Ursa, though. He was constantly a threat, and still is, against the Tiny. Looks like they might be able to pick up this kill. The TP's in, Sleep goes down, but still, Ursa managed to finish him off. Now they're going to go for the Ursa, but Zenigata has come in, able to provide that heal. The Tombstone gets laid out. They're going to focus it down nice and quick. These heroes are quite low, but there's no one to really punish all that low HP. Unless perhaps the Lina can get around. Gedrox is actually going to try and go for the kill on Viver. With the extra bit of movement speed, he should be able to get the kill. They're going to charge in even deeper, though, and Baby Knight's now set with a response. Kills one. It's going to look for Zenigata as well. They will be able to get that kill on top of the earlier one. It looks like Gedrox managed to get away pretty cleanly there, not losing any HP.
And in the meantime, you look at this Jarkov to being left to farm completely freely. The Darkseer again has left the lane, and I can't get my head around this.
Oh, Kefka, they're trying to pop the Bane. Oh, wow, they actually got him, too. The Ursa goes down. Now, here comes the Wisp. Looks like, once again, we're going to have a turnaround kill at the top lane. This has been pretty
7
standard.
stick charges.
He could get a sleep on himself, or maybe a brain sap in 1 second. Goes for the sleep instead. Well, buys himself a little bit of time. Kefka, he can actually get the kill on Zenigata possibly because of this one, but realizes he doesn't want to fight Giga. Now he's going to be chased down, has to toss the Spearbreaker back in. Charges up in 2 more seconds. Is it going to be a TP in? Charge is ready to go. TP in from the Gyrocopter. He's got his ultimate together too. Kefka, he needs a bash to be able to finish him off, but no, the wand charges keep Kefka alive.
Honestly, MVP wands and sticks. The past 4 minutes has been nothing but stick charge after stick charge, saving people, keeping them in the fight, giving an extra stun, an extra anything that they can throw out here. And the first rotation from this level 6 Gyro, definitely getting his name up on the board. But Ursa, I don't know, he had a pretty good shining start.
He almost had face boots. Like, he had 800 and some gold, and then he chose to buy the wand, I think, because he already had the poor man's shield and he got boots. No, he already had boots at that time. So I'm not sure. He must have bought just the wand, I guess.
One PMS? I can't remember. Did he have PMS to begin with?
He had PMS to begin with, and then he got boots immediately. So maybe he
TP's
brought himself some regen.
He's
stuff.
buying TP scrolls constantly, honestly.
maybe.
Everyone is just trying to get back into the lane as much as they can.
But the face boots would mean so much. Jalopy, he's going to be caught playing too aggressive against an Ursa.
That, yeah. You walked into the cuddly bear and all of a sudden he's not so friendly anymore.
TP out to the bottom lane. Viper's going to try and join forces with a Spear Breaker to get a kill on a Tiny. But there is a response. Viper is ready to go with actually no Tombstone. He does have Soul Rip though. Kefka is going to be chased down into this tower. They do have a TP. And Giga, even though he has Ion Shell, doesn't want to make that kind of dive. You're going to try and go for a sleep play on somebody here, but it seems to be too rough. Too many illusions, too many heroes.
Now, the question always is, Viper, what are you building?
Is under attack.
So again, Viper and Razor, both of them used to go for Mecha a hell of a lot. Some people do still like that Viper Mecha. I know in the NA scene, I can't remember who was talking about it, but a lot of players still like that early pressure you get into the tier 1s.
Yeah, but
from that
the
fast
Darkseer, he's already got his headdress, so
Oh yeah, you're right.
that should be a mech for him. So I guess the Viper goes for like an SNY route.
Yeah. Sometimes in situations like this, you see like Darkseer rush Arcane's Glimmer or Arcane's Blink.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Headdress up for the Darkseer does make sense.
Phase Boots now almost there for the Ursa. Phase Boots were actually a huge buff to Ursa. The recent buff to Phase in general, just because it's such an Ursa item. Bone, he's actually almost dead. If that had been an ultimate thrown down from the Gyrocopter, he would have been able to get it. He may still be able to. Ultimate drops, and Pone, he's going to be hit by it. He's dead. Meanwhile, the top lane, there's a sleeping Ursa bear, and it's going to be woken up to fire, but Ursa, that just makes him angry. He goes to Solon, tries to rip him apart. Viper's coming in here too. Looks like Solon's definitely dead. He's going to try and juke and jive his way through, but it's only going to end in sadness as Solon tries to go for the TP out. He's actually good. Oh, no. The Wisp didn't wake up the bear. You got to wake up the bear.
Dire's bottom tower
No
is
picnic
under
for
attack.
you.
You don't let sleeping bears lie, Durka. That's just...
That's not.
That's the worst advice I could possibly give to somebody IRL.
Oh dear me. Well, baby Knight. Your Scepter is really close on the horizon for him. And this Ursa score is 3-2 and 2. But without lifesteal, without anything to take an early Roshan, I was looking at the 10-minute mark thinking, right, that's going to be their key period. They should have a good laning phase lead. But London Conspiracy have traded not just evenly, but better than TBE have here. Now, Tiny with phase boots is something I've seen a fair amount.
Oh, the toss on the Bane onto the Wisp, but that's not where they want to be. And now we're going to have Kefka potentially in trouble. Solon still has Brain Sap, so he's going to be okay, but the bear just rips through. The Soul Rip comes out. The charge is coming in as well. This is all underneath the Tombstone, mind you, but the bear has addressed it, and now Solon manages to stay alive. Now the ultimate comes out from the Gyrocopter. It's going to be a good one. It slows down everybody, but there's just not enough damage with the Viper on the front lines. Solon comes forward, gets off a good Brain Sap, take him out. Baby Knight's got the Lugoda Blade with the two-man stun as well. Takes out Giga, and they will take the bear as well. That's going to be Zenigata going down. 4 dead on the side of TBE. And they actually could have won that fight even harder. They Laguna Bladed and Fiend scripted one hero, and that meant the Undying died.
Did you see that Darkseer though? At the end of the fight, just sprinting towards them with Surge. I'm coming, guys! I'm coming! But he couldn't get there. And this is the thing with the Darkseer. I think he could be applying so much pressure to this bottom lane. He's headed into the jungle 3 or 4 times now. Nowhere near the mech, and he just slowed himself down just a little bit too much. Well, Baby Knight, yep, Yules is done pretty much from that fight. Soul Ring for Bane with Tranquil Soul Ring. 12-7 kill score. I think TBE, their laning phase, which should have been a complete stomp, to be fair.
Yeah.
All of their lanes look favourable for them. They need this Roshan on this Ursa to get them back into the game. It's not going to be to push them ahead, it's to get back in. But it's known. It's being pinged out here by the Bane saying, you know what? Ursa hasn't come back to this lane. He's not farming. We've got no eyes on him. Gyro just slows it down with that cooldown. Forces them back out of the pit, and that's a smoke wasted. That's 5 heroes around the middle lane from this Dire team. They've got nothing to show for it.
Sorry, everyone. Local recording broke, but it's back now. 3-man rotation from London Conspiracy with the smoke.
Dire's bottom tower is
Who do
under
they
attack.
catch?
Yeah, they're gonna run into Giga here.
Are fortified.
Stun toss combo, that'll be more than enough, especially with the Undying popping his ultimate.
Viper.
Still though, the Viper's gonna catch somebody or not. He's gonna be the one caught. Fiend's gripped up. He thought he had more heroes. Or maybe he didn't expect London Conspiracy to be all 5-man.
Dire's bottom tower is
Yeah, I mean,
under
you see the
attack.
Avatos combo go and you think, right, it's my time to shine. Let's walk into this and get some damage down on people. But it wasn't to be. Really, they
Dire's
can't
bottom
walk
tower
alone.
has fallen.
TBE need the mech on the dark here to go and group up. That's something they
Radiant's
definitely
top
need to
tower is
secure
under
here for
attack.
Pwn. But they also
Radiant
need like a blink on the
structures
Ursa,
are
something to
fortified.
catch people out.
Mm-hmm.
There's these key items which TBE should have been able to get from the laning phase, which they're definitely lacking. But they also can't go alone, they need to group up because of this Lina running around looking for kills.
The TP out completed from the Gyrocopter, who was at half HP. Pretty lucky to be alive, as that was a Spirit Breaker with Ion Shell charging him down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Tier 1 tower at the top lane's not going to be going down anytime soon. Kefka TP's in to defend. Like his phase boots joints here in this game.
Yeah, I was going to come back to this. Bambo kind of popularized the, as long as no one dies, no one jumps in. Yeah, he kind of popularized the offlane Titan to begin with, but then also the phase boots build, where he goes like phase, blink, 4-staff Shadow Blade, just goes full utility pretty much. But it's all about chasing people. Who cares about arcanes? You want one combo, you want one person to die, it gives you a good amount of
Dire's
punching
top
power.
tower is under attack.
But against the Ursa, it's especially good, because when we saw him going for the phase boots, you know it's going to be picked up sooner rather than later. If you can get in and out of team fights after killing that one hero, chasing and then bailing on that pickoff is definitely where you want to be as a Tiny. He used to be the go-to boots as well, back when he was in that one role, right? It was the phase drums, Manta-style Aghanim's AC build that we used to see all the time, and then people realized that maybe we don't need the phase boots. Plenty of movement speed with everything else they've got.
Got relocate finally. Wisp hit his level 6, so we may be able to see the impact of that coming in soon. But TBE desperately need to start winning some fights.
Viper has
soon.
nothing.
Oh no, Pwn. They're going to try and relocate in, but they just get a toss combo on top. Oh, Light Strike Array. It's a whole entire wombo combo that takes down 2 of TBE. It does allow the Darkseer to get away, but Giga's not going to be as lucky. Laguna Blade and run down by the Rocket Barrage.
Viper's like, see ya guys, I'm out of here. He's got no items. He has Tread, Aquila, nothing to show for the first 15 minutes of this game really. But relocating into that combo, my goodness.
That was not a smart idea.
Putting Baby Knight closer and closer to Aghanim Scepter. And once that's up, honestly, this Viper is just going to be a non-factor completely.
Yeah, he's so dependent on that magic resistance. But if he doesn't have that almost 50% reduction, he's just struck straight through by pure damage. It's gonna really show how squishy Viper can be.
Well, Ursa, 1,000 gold in the bank. Blink Dagger, if he does get that up soon, they could.
Think he completes the Alliance or goes for the blink?
I think Vlad's is too much of an expenditure into like a non-impact item, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah.
It's like it's a good all-round item, and usually we start seeing it from supports nowadays as like we're going to push high ground, it gives us good armor and stuff like that.
Is under
And
attack.
even nowadays, because the Furious Wipes stacks up with your Mobbed Mask, you don't need the Vlads. You can just keep that Bassi for the armor.
Dire's bottom tower
And Blink is such a
under
great,
attack.
great item against the Gyro.
What's your favorite orb on Ursa?
I mean, there's only,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I guess, Desolator. Because there's only 2, right? Skadi, Desolator. Like Maelstrom procs in between, it takes priority. What else could you get?
Maelstrom doesn't work with?
No, it does. But I mean, like, you can have Deso and Maelstrom.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Maelstrom will take priority. You can have
Yeah,
Maelstrom plus anything.
I gotcha. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's the... Yeah. I guess you can include any of the lifesteal items in there as well. I was really just thinking of the... Since that change, what
Yeah.
your
People,
new item that you could go.
people love Mask of Mana, so I think
Yeah.
it's a decent way to go if you get it early enough.
But when you have a Wisp, I would say it's unnecessary.
Yeah. It's mainly due to the Mask of Manas plus your ulti. Because with that Enrage, you don't really feel at all the effect of that bonus damage from the mom.
Yeah, certainly.
I don't know, he's got his blink now. The question is, do you go and find action with the blink, or do you use it defensively to farm more? Because LC are the ones on the aggressive. Do you defend tier 2 down at this bottom lane?
I don't think you do. I just don't see how this fight is going to go well.
They're going to try anyway. Well, Gyro's on like half HP.
They're going to run into Biver here. He gets off the tombstone immediately, though, and that's going to be real bad, especially with the sleep. Interrupting things. They're controlling these heroes with the Light Strike Array. Now the Fiend's Grip onto the Ursa. Ursa, he's going to just taken down by all the right clicks. TBE lose 4. And sure enough, bad idea. That doesn't even begin to describe how nasty that was for TBE, but they just call it GG.
Viper is in the jungle with a Midas, walking around. Honestly, the Viper has done nothing this game. Like, he did well in lane.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what you picked him for, but
Dire's bottom tower is under
we knew from the beginning that laning phase should go well, but has to go well for TBE for them to actually have a chance in this game. It was just outmaneuvering from LC. The fact that they traded evenly, constantly, kill after kill, death after death on that top lane. There was never an inch given to TBE to actually get a foothold in it.
And that's it. London Conspiracy will move on. So congrats to them. Definitely well-deserving. Two teams that went on, I think, pretty quality. Power Rangers and London Conspiracy. Looking forward to seeing more of them in the DotaPit European Qualifier. But thanks for watching, guys. It was a bit of a long night with pauses and such, but then it turned out to be very early, with this last game 2 being so short.
We were expecting to end at like 1 AM maybe if things went out.
So that brings us to a close. So we can go ahead and take a look. There you have it. That is your bracket. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back. We'll be back next time.
We are the music makers.